What's up, Shady Sports Network? I'm here today with a very special guest, Dalton James, running back for the Tulsa Oilers. Dalton, how you doing today, man?
I'm doing great, man. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Really excited to have you on. So you just finished up, the first season with Tulsa, new team. But earlier in the year, you were with the Duke City Gladiators. So talk about the experience with Duke City and how that was.
The experience with Duke City was really cool. It was my first indoor experience. It was like amazing to get my feet wet and kind of learn how everything was handled and like get started.
For sure. So, um, down there in Duke City, I believe you were with Nate Davis.
Yeah,
What about the game were you able to learn from him?
man. Everything how he goes about it, how he like handles his teammates, how he handles coaches, like how he learns from everybody, how he helps everybody learn from him. And it was cool, like picking his brain about what he knows and what he's looking at, and all like different coverages and different protections, and like just the way he views everything.
So after Duke City, you went to Tulsa, which is a new expansion team in the Indoor Football League. I like to say one of the most successful teams in terms of fan attendance. I mean, how was it playing in front of all those fans down there in Tulsa?
Man, it was unbelievable to be honest. Coming into Tulsa, I wasn't for sure like how it would be, and then my first game was against Sioux Falls at home. It was basically packed out, loud. It was crazy. Like the fans here are amazing. They're best in the IFL, in my opinion. Only team that could compare would be the Rattlers that I've been to.
For sure, and the Rattlers have been around for 35 years, and this is you guys' first year, so who knows what can be the next couple of years.
Yeah, exactly, man. It could be crazy. Could get crazy here.
So after season right now, what's your next move per se? Are you considering going overseas, or what are you looking at right now?
Yeah, so right now I'm be training for this tryout on the fourth out in Vegas, right before the IFL championship game. So I'm be doing that. I'm be training for that the next month, and then after that, I'm not too sure. Probably just stay training. If I get an opportunity overseas, I might take it, go do it. But right now, it's just training for next year, really.
For sure. So now the off season is fastly approaching, like you mentioned. What's your daily routine looking like in the off season in terms of what you're involved in outside of football and like with football training?
Right. So right now, I've been taking a couple rest days. Ain't been doing a whole lot right before I go back home. When I get back home, like I said, I'm gonna be training for this trial and stuff coming up. And my dad owns his own like erosion control business, so I might help him a couple days if he needs it, and really just working and training.
For sure, no, that's definitely good to have that balance. Especially this. I mean, this combine coming up, it's going to be huge. I feel like, what are you expecting from the combine in terms of the level of competition?
I feel like it'll be really good. I feel like you said, there'll be a lot of people there. It's gonna be huge. It's the IFL, and I already know personally a bunch of people that are going to it. So being able to just go to it and put my name out there and be able to show out is gonna be amazing.
For sure. So, you're a bigger running back. I watched you when you came up here and you played my Mass Pirates. You had a great game that game. When you originally signed with Tulsa, you were listed as 6'6", 356 pounds. Um, I I was a little surprised. I was like, there's no way he's 356 pounds. That's crazy. But how do you keep your body in shape? What's your biggest, like, what do you eat? What's your meal routine looking like?
So I love chicken. I'm a big chicken guy. I love chicken, rice, veggies. That's the go-to. If I'm making something, it's probably chicken, rice, and some kind of vegetable.
For sure.
That's my biggest go-to.
Do you cook yourself, or do you have?
Yeah. No, I cook myself. If I'm like up here, I haven't cooked a whole lot while I've been in Tulsa because we get the vouchers and stuff to go eat. So I've been eating out more than I usually do. But if I'm back home, I tend to cook myself.
So kind of flipping it back to your high school career. I know that's a little far way back, but were you a multi-sport athlete in high school?
Oh yeah, I played football, basketball, ran track, played baseball, power lifted. So I did basically everything that my school had.
So during high school, when did you find out football was your go-to?
It probably my sophomore year, because the summer after my freshman year, I went to a whole bunch of camps and started working on my craft like for real. And then come the season, I was just able to like dominate people the way I haven't been able to before, and it just kind of clicked. I was like, hey, maybe I should pursue this harder and do this or try to do this, you know.
So, during coming out of high school, what's your recruiting process like for college?
It was, I mean, it was off and on sometimes, to be honest. So I was talking to some people my junior year, and then really my senior year kind of picked up a little bit. I went on a couple visits to a couple different schools, and I never really could find the one that was right for me. So I ended up going to junior college out in California just for a semester, which was kind of funny. It was fun and a funny experience at the same time. And then I ended up back here at Missouri Southern in Joplin.
I know you were only there for a semester at junior college. How was that semester? Was it rough in terms of the workload?
No, actually, it wasn't too bad because my senior year, actually, my high school had the opportunity for me to take some college classes, so I kind of understood what was expected of me going into college, and then getting actually out to college. It was kind of just the same, just continued.
For sure, definitely. I mean, I think it's important for high schools to offer those. I'm taking a couple of those classes myself too, so trying to get right. So during college, you had a really successful college career. Um, what about college you think worked for you in terms of having success on the field?
Uh, it was easy to have success with the structure of college. I'll put it this way: like a lot of people aren't good with the structure from, 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. at night. But if you're able to get through the long days and stuff, having that structure will help you just perform as a player and progress as a player, and it really helps you out. Just as soon as I graduated college, I was like, man, what do I do? I don't have the structure anymore, so I had to kind of relearn how to do everything without somebody like structuring everything for me.
For sure. So, according to your huddle tape that I found, you run a 4.52.
Hmm.
Um, 4.5. That's blazing fast for a running back. What speed training drills do you do?
So I got these. I call them my band exercises. The little. I don't know. People usually do them for like shoulder rehab, but I get a little stronger band, wrap it around a couch or a leg of something, and I got a certain uh like band progression I go through every day, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and then other than that, I get out on the field, get on the track, just sprint. To run fast, you got to run fast.
For sure. So, obviously, the big news yesterday came out. The AFL is coming back. Um, how do you feel about the AFL coming back?
I didn't know too much about the AFL, so I don't know how to feel about it right now, to be honest. From everything I've heard, it should be cool, it should be fun. But until I learn some more, I don't really have any feelings
For
about it so far.
right now, in terms of free agency, I know we mentioned this earlier, but are you leaning towards returning back to Tulsa?
Yeah, man, I would love to come back to Tulsa as long as the opportunity was right, and I don't get an XFL or USFL opportunity somewhere else. But yeah, coming back to Tulsa would definitely be cool.
For sure. So, currently, like outside of football, have you started maybe creating your own brand of sorts on social media? And
No, so I haven't really got into it too much. I've just started like used to. I used to post maybe once a year, once every 6 months. But now I'm starting to try to get into more posting and trying to build myself and build my own brand. And I would love to get my own brand started and see how it goes.
for sure, where can people find you on social media?
On Instagram is Dalton James underscore 34. On Twitter is Dalton James 34, and just Dalton James on Facebook.
For sure. So, Dalton, I really want to thank you for coming on the show today. Before you head back home, my last question for you is: where do you see yourself in 2 to 3 years, and what's your biggest piece of advice for younger people?
So in 2 to 3 years, I would love to be in playing in the XFL, USFL, or even the NFL if that opportunity comes around. That would be amazing, and I'd be blessed to have the opportunity. But the biggest piece of advice I could give to anybody coming up, younger kid, would be to follow your dream, pursue it as long as you possibly can. Because I've had multiple people be like, "Oh, you just need to quit your dream and get a real job and this and that, and don't listen to all that. Like, just do you, work on it. If you really want it, go for it. Give it a shot. The worst thing that happen is it doesn't work out and you just go get a job or go do something else. But follow your dream as long as you possibly can.
Definitely. I mean, that's really important to, keep grinding and not let anything stop you because, people will tell you no, but those people won't ever be in your shoes. So you got to keep going. Um,
Exactly.
but I want to thank you again for coming on. I look forward to watching you, continue your career. I know you're going to do great things out there.
I appreciate that.
I'll be watching you on Sundays one day. I believe that. So keep on.
And, yeah, I appreciate it, man.
I'm a game changer.